Hey everyone, welcome to Sisterhood TV. And what the heck is a chakra? Do you guys know what they are? Have you ever had your chakras balanced before? Have you even, hold on, what am I doing here? Do you know if they're blocked or not? Or have you even looked it up to see what they are, right? And how they affect your life? They affect your health. They affect your happiness, your money, right? And even your relationships, right? Did you know? So today we're going to go over one of the chakras. Okay, so I'm going to tell you exactly what a chakra is. And each week for the next 7 weeks, we are going to go over each chakra and what it is, what it stands for, how we can balance them, and actually what they do when they're blocked or when they're balanced. Okay, so what is a chakra? So let me know in the comments if you guys ever heard this word before. Okay. For those of you who are just joining, there is a link above that says StreamYard for Facebook. So if you can click at that and come on back, that way I can see who's here and who's commenting. And if this is your first time, give me a number 1. Okay? But if you've been following me for a while and you've been listening in and you're being like, okay, put down pro in the comments. Okay, let me know who is here and who is not. Okay, so a chakra. A chakra is your energy centers in your body. Okay, and according to Hindu and some other spiritual traditions, the word chakra means wheel or circle. Okay, and these energy centers are thought to be connected along the spine. Okay, so and they start from the base of your spine all the way up to your crown. Okay, let me show you here. Can you guys see this? Huh? Oh, no, maybe not. Can you guys see that? There we go. Okay, so these are your 7 chakras, and these are where they are in your body. Okay, and today we're going to go right here, right down here. This is in your pelvic area, and this is your root chakra. Okay, now what the heck is a root chakra? It is located at the base of the spine, okay, and it's associated with your survival instincts, your security, your basic human needs. Okay, so when these people who are homeless that are living in tents, they have no money, no roof over their head, no security, their root chakra is totally blocked off, right? So yeah, so if you guys are having trouble with your money, with your home, paying your bills, finding a job, or even starting your businesses, anything like that, your basic survival, it happens to be in your root chakra. Okay. Now there's also 6 more, so I'm just going to go over them right quick. Okay, you see that? Okay. So there's your root chakra down here. Okay, and then we have your sacral. Okay, so we'll talk about that next week. And then we have your solar plexus chakra, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your third eye chakra, and your crown chakra. So we're going to go over these within the next 7 weeks. Okay, so your root chakra is all about your basic needs. So do you guys have trouble meeting your basic needs? Do you have enough food to eat? Do you have a car to drive to get to work? Do you have a roof over your head? Do you have enough money to pay what you need to pay? Okay. I'm not saying you need to be a millionaire or rich or anything like that, but do you have the basic amount of money to actually get through from one month to the next? Okay. So the root chakra is at the base of your spine, near your coccyx or your tailbone. Okay. And the color is red, and that symbolizes vitality, strength, and energy. Okay. So, and it's also the element of the earth. it represents the element earth. Okay, so because it's rooting, it's a root. So one of the things that I help people do when they are grounding, right, is to root yourself into the ground. Okay, so this is why it's associated with the earth. Okay, and it also represents solid foundation, stability, and groundedness. Right. So the purpose of the root chakra is associated with basic survival needs like food, shelter, safety. Okay, you may not be in a spot where you're safe. You may have a job that's dangerous. You may be in a relationship that's toxic or abusive. You could be living in an area that is, a high crime rate. Okay. And this governs the instincts related to survival and self-preservation. Okay. Security relates to feelings of stability and being grounded in your physical world. Okay. So your physical health for this chakra influences your spine, your bones, your feet, your legs, and your colon. Okay. The imbalances are, which is your underactive, is physical symptoms with your lower body, your digestive system's fatigue. You can have adrenal fatigue. Okay, so we'll go over those a little bit more. An overactive root chakra, right? Doesn't necessarily mean they're blocked. They could be overactive, or they could be just kind of slow and sluggish. Okay, so that just means you might manifest an excessive amount of materials, like greed, jealousy, have a rigid attachment to the physical world. Okay, so your feelings of being stuck and stagnant and resistant to change. Okay, and we all go through that. Okay, we all go through that. So we're going to go through some more things of how do you know if you're any of these symptoms. Okay, so we're going to figure out whether or not your root chakra is blocked. So do you have chronic fatigue? You're tired all the time. You don't have any energy to do anything. And, you just have lower back pain. Okay, because your root chakra is located at the base of your spine. So if you have lower back pain, okay, so it could be stiffness or even pain. That could indicate an imbalance in that area. Digestive problems. So it could influence the colon, lower digestive system, digestive issues like constipation, diarrhea, irritable bowel disease, right? Did you guys know that whenever, for those people who have irritable bowel or IBS, when you get stressed, it acts up? Yeah, right? So, so that occurs when your root chakra is blocked. You could have feet problems and leg problems, right? So you have foot pain, leg cramps. People have poor circulation. We have swelling in our feet. Some people have irritable or restless legs, right? That's a sign that your root chakra is blocked. Have immune system disorders, okay? So you could have anything to do with your autoimmune diseases like Crohn's. You have joint issues with your lower body, so your hips, your knees, and other joints around those areas. Okay, weight problems, so excessive weight gain, difficulty gaining weight is associated with an imbalanced root chakra. Right? Your emotional issues are related to security and stability, right? So if you're stressed about what is going on in your life, that you're not getting ahead, that you're stuck and you're stagnant, right? That is a sign that your root chakra is imbalanced. Also, do you have difficulty sleeping or falling asleep? Do you have nightmares or insomnia? Yeah, that's also, so it's very important to keep that chakra balanced, okay? So we're going to go over some ways to actually get that balance. So a little things that you can do or that are signs of an overactive. Okay, so we already did the block chakra. So now we're doing the overactive chakra. your root chakra. So to be overactive could be greed, excessive, being obsessed with money and making money, being obsessed with wealth. I can't even talk today. Maybe my throat chakra is blocked, right? We'll find out. Hoarding. Yeah. Do you guys have that too? You see something, you just have to have it, right? You're afraid of letting things go and giving it away. Overeating or undereating. That overeating is a way to seek comfort and security, right? And undereating is mostly due to stress and anxiety. So if you're feeling that, you should get your chakra checked out. Okay. You're resistant to change. You don't like change. Nobody does, right? But when we resist it, it kind of holds us back from doing the things that we want, right? So to live in our dream life. Obsession over safety. Everything risky, holding yourself back, trying to keep yourself safe. Physical tension too, right? So you have muscle tension, stiffness. You know how sometimes you're sitting too long and you have to stiff back, or so that energy becomes stagnant in there. Okay? Stubbornness, right? Anybody here stubborn? Yeah. It could be a lot of that too. So we could be extremely stubborn. We could have a lot of anger, because anger is a low level energy. Okay. We could be overly grounded or lethargic, right? So, just because you're walking in the nature or in the park or on the beach, sometimes you just feel that heaviness, right? And you resist that change or that growth, right? Addiction to routine. You have to have your schedule down tight. There is no give and take, right? So you have to be like up at 6, breakfast at 7, on the road by 8, at work at this time. It's just such a rigid routine, right? I have a friend of mine that he has to have his schedule is right to the dot, right? And if he is late or anything like that, he gets so upset. Right? So I think his root chakra may be blocked. Even get physical imbalances too, right? So weight gain, constipation, adrenal fatigue. Okay. So some of the signs and symptoms that your root chakra is balanced, right? So you can feel grounded. Okay. So you're connected to the earth. So you have that sense of stability and security, right? Everything is all tickety-boo. You have healthy boundaries, right? You are asserting your needs and you're setting limits with others. Okay. I have a lot of clients come to me. They're saying, well, this is what happened, but I did this, but I feel guilty. And I'm like, well, why do you feel guilty for not talking to this person who is talking shit to you, right? Yeah. Don't feel guilty. But your boundary is not putting up with it, right? Your boundary is, staying quiet and walking away and letting it go. Okay. Because some people talk like that, or, they get you going just to get you worked up and to get you upset. Okay. But once you let them know that, it doesn't bother you anymore, that's a whole different ball game, right? And they'll start treating you better. Your physical health, right? So anything including your spine and your legs and your feet, they feel a lot better. You have a strong immune system. You have a balanced metabolism. Okay. You feel safe and secure in your environment. Okay. Your basic needs are met. So you have enough food. You have a roof over your head. You have shelter. Your safety needs are met. Okay. You feel safe and secure. Your adaptability, which is you're open to change and you can adapt easily to any situation or challenges. I do home care as a job where I go house to house, and it's a new situation every time. There is challenges in my job, so because I never know what's gonna when I open up that door, I never know what I'm gonna come across. I've had people on the floor that have laid there all night, and they didn't have a way to get up. They didn't have their lifeline. They were just couldn't move. They couldn't get a hold of anyone to come help. So they had to lay there and wait until I showed up to help them. I had a woman one time. I've had a woman one time who had passed away in her sleep, right? And I had found her, and so these are all challenges. But when your chakra balance, your root chakra is balanced, you can adapt to that change. Okay. A sense of belonging. Everybody wants to belong, right? Everybody wants to have friends. Everybody wants to have a loving and happy relationships with your family, okay, or even a spouse. So you can also have confidence and self-esteem. Okay, so when your root chakra is balanced, your confidence and your self-esteem skyrockets. Okay, and it helps you navigate through life. Right? Your financial stability. So if you're hurting for money, or if you're worried about money, which a lot of people do, okay, once your root chakra is balanced, you're able to manage your finances better. You're able to feel more secure in your financial situation, right? You don't have to worry from living to paycheck to paycheck. You may even be able to buy the things that you want instead of worrying about paying for the things that you need. Okay, healthy relationships with your own body, right? Because you're having proper nutrition, you're exercising, you're resting properly, feeling rooted in the present moment, right? So I had a woman one time. She'd always kept saying, in the moment, in the moment. And it took me a while to think, what the heck does that mean? But we're always living in our past, or we're always living in our future, right? We're never living right now, in the now. So this is what she always talked about whenever, she talked about, her past or things that she wanted to do in the future. She'd just go, in the moment, right? So then that would bring her center. That would bring her into the moment so that she's not worried about her past that's holding her back, or her future that hasn't happened yet. Okay. You have a sense of purpose. You find your calling in life. You have clear direction and focus on your goals. Okay, so we did that, right? We did our dream sheet, and we focused on our goals, and we found out what our dreams were. Okay. So what does the root chakra symbolize? It symbolizes earth, of course, which is solid and stability and support. It's a developmental stage. I have a hard time saying that. All right. So that's our first stage of our human development. Okay. So it's the stage of trust. Right. So Erik Erikson is social theory. Okay. So the stage occurs during infancy. Okay. So when your primary focus is on basic needs, such as food, warmth, and security. Okay. Cultural symbolism, which is the color red, which represents vitality, strength, our life force. Our life force is our energy. Okay. And red also associates with passion, our courage, and our survival. Okay. So if you wanted to open up your chakra, wear red. If you're attracted to red or see red a lot, that's associated with your root chakra. Now, animal associations, the elephant is chosen to symbolize the root chakra because it symbolizes strength and stability and grounding. Okay? The imbalancing of and healing of the root chakra. Walk barefoot in nature. Walk barefoot out on the ground, right? Practice mindfulness. We have grounding exercises, right? So I always help people with the grounding exercise, especially those who have a lot of anxiety, when their minds and their thoughts are just circulating around and they have no idea how to calm them down. Okay. Right. So do grounding exercises. Walk barefoot on the ground. Sit under a tree. I've hugged a tree. Right. There's a tree that I go to when I go for my walks, and I just give it a hug. Right. And especially when I'm stressed or I've had a long day and I'm tired, I'll hug this tree, and then I take a deep breath, and I can actually feel the stress just going down into the earth. Okay. So it's kind of cool. So try it, right? So practice earthing, which is lying or sitting in the ground. Okay. Visualize those roots growing from your body down into the earth. Okay. So that will keep you grounded. Mindful walking is pay attention to each step that you take, right? We're always on our phones or thinking of other things when we're walking. But if we're watching where our steps are, looking around, there's beautiful flowers, it's spring up here now and things are starting to bloom. The animals are starting to come out. So, so be careful. Just watch what you're doing and where you're going. There's also yoga poses. So if anybody is into yoga, okay, there is the mountain pose, which is you stand up tall, with your feet hip width apart, and you're grounding right through your feet and lengthening your spine. Okay, so keep your spine straight. Don't hunch over, okay, because that blocks your flow. Okay, so make sure it's nice and straight so the energy will go down through. Okay, we have the tree pose, right, where your foot is up on your thigh and you're going like this. Yeah, have you guys ever done that before? And the warrior pose. It's about your feet being stable and strong. Okay, what else do I have here, guys? Meditations and visualizations. Okay, so remember last week we did visualization. We did a visual on what we wanted our dream life to be like, and we were actually living in that moment, right? Every time I get into my Honda Civic, I imagine that I'm jumping into my dream car. Okay. And I'm driving around in my dream car. Not my Honda Civic, my dream car. Okay. So visualize. You can visualize red or a glowing ball of light at the base of your spine. Okay. And that helps with your energy and your stability there. Okay. Grounding affirmation says, I am safe. I am secure. Okay. Breath work. Okay. You can do, I do a 4x4x4. So you breathe in through your nose, the count of 4, you hold for the count of 4, and you breathe out for the count of 4. Okay. And you just keep doing that until you're feeling relaxed. Okay. A lot of people do aromatherapy. Okay. So if anyone is into essential oils, okay, there is patchouli, there is cedarwood, there is sandalwood. So inhaling some of these scents will help you feel more stable and more secure. There's also healing sounds, right? So you can go on YouTube. There's tons and tons of meditations, anything about your root chakra if you wanted to learn some more about the healing sounds, or if you just want to listen to it. Okay. I listen to a chakra balancing meditation, and it's mostly all like the sound bowls, and I can actually feel which chakra we are on, right? So it's kind of cool. So you can do that, right? So there's the Tibetan singing bowls, there's drumming, there's chanting. There is the physical activities that you can do is like walking, jogging, dancing, gardening, right? It's that time of year. Everybody's getting their gardens done, either a vegetable garden or a flower garden. Even strength training, right? So anybody's into lifting weights, that's a cool one too. And then there's the crystal healing, right? So there's a red jasper, there's a hematite, there's a black tourmaline, and the garnet. Okay, so garnet is a red one, and it supports grounding and stability. So if you're into crystals, you can use those too, and just keep them near you when you're sleeping, or if you're just laying there, you can put them on your chakras. Okay, so that's pretty cool. That's what I do sometimes. I love crystals. I feel the energy of the crystals, which is kind of cool. So what else do we have here? Okay, so some of the things, physical ailments that you may have is lower back pain, digestive, irritable bowel, diarrhea, addictions, and substance abuse. Okay, so people are looking for comfort on the outside, outsourcing, right? But they feel empty and insecure. So they're always trying to hide those emotions, right? So you may even have hormonal imbalances, right? So like irregular menstrual cycles, infertility, thyroid disorders. Okay, anyone have trouble with their thyroid? Chronic stress and anxiety. So if you suffer through a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, your root chakra may be blocked. Okay. And, not sleeping. We need to sleep. We need to rest. So these are going to be short and sweet. So come back next week. We're going to go through our sacral, okay, which is right here, right? Our sacral. And and another way you can find out which ones are blocked. I do a chakra balancing. So if you want to know more about that, if you want to see which chakras are blocked and what's going on in there, put hashtag chakra in the comments. It's CH. How do we spell that? CHAKRA. It's been a long day. Can you tell? So so put that in there, and we can find out exactly what's going on with your chakras. Okay. Also, you can do energy healing. So energy healing will actually help open up all those chakras too. Okay. I do what I call the lift method for my clients, and I do more than just open up your chakras. I actually go in and I dig deep and find out exactly what is going on inside your chakras. I have found emotions that don't even belong to people. I have found fear so deep and so dark that it's not even theirs. It's from an ancestor, okay, or a past life. I have found in your heart. I had a woman come to me one time, and her heart I got to her heart chakra, and it was blocked. And she goes, I don't know why it's so blocked. She says, I am the most loving, the most happiest person there ever was. And I said, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, you can be, but that doesn't mean anything. So I said, well, let's see what's going on. So when I went in to see her heart, to find out what was going on with her heart chakra, it was blown up into smithereens. It was in so many little teeny tiny pieces. And I said, have you lost somebody that you care about recently? And she said, yeah, she did. And she had lost her mom, and her heart was shattered. She was heartbroken because of it, right? And that's why her heart chakra was so blocked. And because of that, she had more ailments coming to her, like her health was declining, right? So in your root chakra, I have found people who have been neglected, have been abused, have been in narcissistic relationships, right? They have that fear of being abused, of being neglected. They have that fear of not being safe, right? So I felt all that, and I can pull all that out. but you got to keep it going. Okay. So come back again next week. We're going to do our sacral. All right. And so let me know if you guys have any of these symptoms. Do you guys do these things? Do you think your root chakra is blocked? Do you wear red, or are you attracted to red? Okay. So put in the comments, hashtag chakra. If you want the replay for this, put hashtag replay in the comments and I can get that to you too. So have a great night. Come on back next week, same time, which is on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 7 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, which is our time. And we're going to go over the same thing, but with our sacral. Okay. So have a great night, and I'll see you guys all next week.